Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Snap Ginger Crafts. My name is Rachel. So today I'm going to design another canvas art, where this one I designed as well in AI so that I could have an old vintage look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down on this canvas. This is sticker paper. Anyway, we'll peel it later. And then I think I'm going to try and add this kind of stuff to the top. Maybe a little bit of that in with it. I don't know how well y'all can see that. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Turn that brightness up a little bit. It was a little bit too dull. I may end up doing this border that I've used on another project to go around it as well, because I just absolutely love this ribbon. And it's wired, and you know, I can super glue it and all kinds of stuff. So let's cut this down with our paper cutter. I never know how I want to do this. It's finicky. This thing doesn't really like me. So I hate to tell it, the feeling's mutual. And no, I still have not changed the blade on this, because it turns out I'm just really lazy, out of sight, out of mind. I don't think about it until I'm about to use it again. And I know there are many like that out there. And you know what? It is a-okay to be like that. Oh, I got a little off. Oh well. I can fix that by covering it up. So this is very similar to one that I already did. I'll try to link that up in the description, down in the description, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just really into the vintage looking stuff right now. Like I miss my childhood. I miss the 70s and the 80s type stuff, and you know, I'm just tired of splashy, fancy things that cost a bajillion dollars. You know, I'm tired of that kind of rat race. So I want to make adorable crafts that are more, have that vintage feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the backing off, lift this up a little bit, trim off the excess, and then I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. Press this down. And then we're going to use the hinge method that I use for just about everything. I use this on my tumblers and all kinds of things. So I use this squeegee. It's got a little piece of felt on it. You could probably make your own, but I got this at Hobby Lobby. It came in a little set with a cup cradle. But I've also got some from, got one from Ninja Transfers. I think it's Ninja. So anyway, let's see. I'm thinking the other one I did the dark side towards the edge. This time, I think I'm going to use the lighter, and so it goes darker towards the edge of the canvas. So what I like to do is make sure that it'll fold over underneath before I trim it. So like right there, take my nifty crappy scissors so I can go through this. And yes, I said crappy, not crafty. So, and then I'll just match that up with this. So I get about the same length. Same thing. Okay. So we've got to where we want to do this, this, then we'll go across, and it'll be the same type thing. So it'll be the light color towards that. Just enough to where it folds up under. Okay. And I'm trying not to go too slow, but I'm trying not to go too fast. Because one of my friends says that my crafting videos are long, but you know, I like to sit and watch a lot of crafting videos, and the length of them, they don't bother me. So some people, I guess, like the shorter ones, and some people like the longer ones. So let me get my glue gun set up, because I'm going to use hot glue gun, and we'll get started. Okay, so I was playing around while I had to find the one last glue stick that I have for that particular glue gun. So I'm thinking, I kind of like, there's a bigger space here than what there is here for this particular picture. So I kind of like this double ribboned effect down here to go over this. So it'll actually look like more of a frame, and it's a lot like what we had in the 80s. But I don't want that same effect here, if that makes any sense. And then the top, we'll do the same thing, but we're going to put probably the greenery up there, and I don't know if I want to put any down here. So this is part of the creative process of figuring out how you want to do it. So we'll set this aside, and then we will take our glue gun, make sure. You know, you would think that somebody would come up with a better, a better idea for glue guns, because you go to pick it up and the darn thing flips out. You know, you stick it in there and it just wants to go flopping out. Really annoying. Okay, maybe now we can work So we're going to begin the long one. I'm not a fan of that glue gun at all. It's not my favorite. You ever find yourself just complaining about the stupidest stuff? So yeah, so we'll do the side edges first. And then we'll work on the other edges. Trying to get it to where this doesn't go too far over. That way it just touches the edge of the picture, and it'll kind of glue that down as well, just in case this wants to lift up. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. And we're just going to glue tack it. Same thing on this side over here. And then I'll see if I want to flip these sides yet. I don't know that I do. I really like that darker edge just kind of hanging off and going into no man's land, you know, like that. But I don't know. Well, I guess whenever I put these pieces, I kind of need to tuck it, so much as I'd like to leave it like that, I'm going to have to go ahead and tuck it. This is part of that creative process. Bringing you along for the ride. Sure hope I don't run out of hot glue. I wasn't planning on doing any projects anytime like today. But my day today is Thanksgiving, and I've done a couple of these little videos just to keep myself from being forced to watch football. I don't want to watch it. Okay. So keeping with that same look. Okay, so this one will go down first. And then what I'll do, fight all these strings. So I'll kind of lift this up and just tack it all down. Tuck it. I swear hot glue stick strings are like spider webs. They just creep me out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like a tuck it in like here. I'm going to go ahead and get it glued on the flat part up here. Oh man, I'm almost out of glue. I would hate to have to pause it and go look for that other stupid glue gun. I keep moving my craft room around, and then I don't remember where I put stuff. And it always looks like a disaster hit it. And I am not that much of a messy person anymore, so it really drives me nuts. Same thing here. We'll just kind of So do y'all like watching the long versions of this type stuff? Or do you prefer short versions? Or does it matter to you? I'm loving that. I didn't know if I'd like it or not. Okay, let's do... I'm over here fighting the glue stick stuff. Okay, so that... And I'm going to do this enough to where I can tuck that down so it matches the other stuff. Okay. So we know we gotta go right there. Whoever come up with this glue stick design of one pushing one and then you still got half of one in there, they need to rethink that. It is really dumb. I mean, I get the concept, but I mean, that's like that much glue stick that I can't use unless there's another glue stick in there. I mean, and then you only can go so far. Come on. So this doesn't want to cooperate with me. Trying to see if I can put something in there to make it go further. Try something like this, maybe. No, that's not working. I've got to go find my other glue gun that I have sticks for. I'll be back. Well, I found my other glue gun. I was looking for a blue one, but I found another white one. And then I was thinking, oh, okay, well, I just... Oh my God. Please forgive me. Anyway, so I had found glue sticks earlier when I was looking for the little mini glue stick. And you ever do something so stupid that your ancestors want to come back and slap you? Well, I do that quite often. So today's one such day. Now I cannot find the glue sticks that I set aside. I thought, oh, I'll move them here so I won't forget where I put them. And you know what? I forgot where I put them. And another thing, whoever came up with these glue sticks and thought this was a good idea, it's just dumb. Anyway, I'm going to stop griping. This is supposed to be a joyful Christmas craft. Ooh, that's still a little hot right there. Smooth it out a little bit. You ever have days where your hands just don't want to work right, and you know, it's just one thing after another? That's apparently one of those days is going to be like that today. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing that we did at the top on the bottom. So I'm going to glue this little bit here. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, this one gets hotter than my mini one. Maybe that's why I don't usually have burnt fingers. So we'll just kind of take this and tuck it, and then we'll tuck that over. And we'll kind of glue it. I do have those little silicone finger pads, but I literally misplace everything in this craft room because I feel like I have to constantly move stuff. Like when my grandkids come to visit, they can't, you know, they like to play in Momo's craft room because we live with my son, and so I don't have like a living room that we can go and hang out and visit in because him and his girlfriend sleep during the day. And so when I have company that comes over, we stay in my craft room. So when my daughters come over with my grandbabies, we are hanging out in Momo's craft room, which means I have to, toss some things in a box or something. So I'm just going to kind of trim these edges a little bit so they're not hanging so much. I really, really, really love this ribbon. I am very partial to it. Let me get up here a little bit more. Yeah, that bad boy's a little bit hotter. Man, I almost kind of want to leave it like that, but I think the greenery on it would be really, really pretty. Huh. Decisions. Well, I guess what I can do is kind of unwrap some of this. And take out individual sprigs. See, because I don't know if you can see it, the picture has these little red type berries. I just thought it'd be super cute to put some greenery. Now plan on poking a hole in this and sliding it through. Okay, so maybe I'll do just one at a time. So this is my little stabby tool. I use it when I'm making buttons. So look at that, and we will so see how it comes out the back. So then you just kind of fold that down, and then at the end we'll hot glue all of the pieces down. do this one. Kind of the same area. Wiggle that more than what I did the last one. Come in from the back as well. That might work a little bit better too. It's just got a little bit more room. Reach in from the other side. It's better to make these little small holes than big giant ones. And these are just like the little picks and stuff that you get at, I think I got these at Hobby Lobby last year, the day after Christmas. So it was like super clearanced. This one's pretty thick. Let's see if I can cut that paper. Hope that wasn't too loud for y'all. There we go. Come on, man. I guess this one's like the base one, so. There we go, finally. 10 hours later. Anyway, same thing with this one. Try not to breathe too heavy for y'all. I don't want you thinking that I'm dying over here or something. Of course, I got a text message right in the middle of filming. Okay, that was just the husband from the other room. He knows I'm in here filming, so he used to just walk in and I'm like, no! So, thinking about here. And once we glue the backs of those won't move around. So we got which ones? Oh shoot. Let's do these two. Hopefully that noise isn't too loud. Same thing with this one. And then we'll put something in the middle to kind of tie it all together. I'm sure I got something Christmassy. I know I do, as a matter of fact. This one's going to take a little bit more effort. Dang, that looks like a double. Just trying to stick both of them through. Yeah. What a pain in the tuchus. It keeps disappearing. It's just the angles. Move, dude. Cut a fool. Good gravy. This one really likes to be a pain. There we go. Finally, good grief. Okay. You go that way, you go that way. I am liking this. I do want to take a moment to say that I've seen a lot of online, like people that are crafters or whatever, and because they do something completely different, or it's not perfection or something like that, that there are people that get on there and are just hateful and ugly. Like, there's no reason to be. That's a complete stranger, and you are being a butt crack. So, with that being said, just know that I am not the person that puts up with that. So, I'm not one to nicely take it. I am a nice person until you push me in the wrong direction. So, if it is your if that's the way you like to do things, by being ugly to a perfect stranger for no reason other than to just tell them that their craft is ugly, or you hate their voice, or just whatever it is. Might I suggest that you read your Bible, that you understand that you are being used by Satan. And I'm going to say that with confidence. Come on, dude. Because there's no reason on this earth for imperfect people to attack and ridicule other imperfect people. So I would say that if that's your thing that you like to do to people, is to go and harass a perfect stranger just because they didn't do something that you would have done a specific way, then you have mental problems. And I have a temper, so we're just not going to go there. Because I will make you cry to your mommy. I'm loving this. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. Okay, so we see all these exposed pieces. Man, I've never seen that glue gun get that hot. Holy mackerel. It's almost like boiling. Okay. Now, it's looking really cute, y'all. Now, let's find something for the center. Let me go look through my stash. Okay, so I made these two bows. So this one is, this little fold here is 9 inches. This little fold here is 9 inches. And I believe this one is 7 inches on either side. Okay. And then this one is 7 inches. And then these are like 5 inches. So what I'm going to do is put these together. And that's just a zip tie, to zip tie them together. So I'm just going to put something like this. I'll wrap it, and then we're going to glue it right in the middle and make all of our little tendrils or whatever come out. But I gotta turn the glue gun back on because that thing was smoking. It was so hot. Okay, got that down. Y'all didn't need to see how I just glued it. Okay. So then we kind of shaped these to whatever shape we think will kind of frame the picture but not take away from it. We don't want to take away from the prettiness of the picture. We'll kind of make these maybe even like this. That way we can still see that greenery as well. So what I'm doing is just taking that halfway point, just pushing them into each other. For all of them. That way we see this greenery too that we worked so hard on. Kind of shift things to just get the shape that you want. It doesn't have to be absolutely like stunningly beautiful, perfect. These little tendrils are going to get me. But I'm loving this. It like goes with the overall theme, but it's unique. So when you're doing something like this, make it your own. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Like I said, I bought some of this ribbon probably 2 years ago, so there's no telling if they still have it. So what do we think? And we can like glue this if we need to, or just keep kind of working with it. But overall, I think it's adorable. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if there's anything like this that you would like to purchase with this particular graphic, or even purchase this graphic, let me know and I can put it in my Etsy shop. You can also message me via like YouTube or whatever, and we will we'll stay in touch. We'll see you next time. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, even though it kind of ran long, but it was fun. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.